Hi there. So visual communication is a really important element in any type of communication, especially technical communication. There's a couple reasons for that. The main reason is that people just learn differently, right? So some people are really focused on text learning, and that's the way that they understand things by, reading and gaining knowledge through that. And some people just are way more visual learners. They like seeing visual aids and they like seeing charts and values. And English 2210 really focused on that concept of like visual learning and making sure that you're like appealing to that type of audience as well. People who that really helps them as opposed to text-based learning. So probably the most that I learned in visual communication was the video project one. So obviously, a project one was a video, so that's a really visual important component. But we also had to choose what type of visual communication we were doing, right? We had many different options that Amarly gave us. So we could either choose to record ourselves and show ourselves on what we're doing, or we could choose to, and this is what I did, is I chose to record my screen on my computer while I was doing my tutorial, because my tutorial was basically, it was all in software, so it was digitally based. So I was able to show people what I was thinking, through my screen and follow them along with that. Um, and then another element of that project, another visual element was enhancing the visuals that we had. So one element of that meant adding visual aids, So I added some visual aids for some of the concepts that were particularly complicated, So just like a chart, something like that. And then the second visual addition that I did to that project is in my editing style. So I did a couple editing tricks to make sure that I really communicated a lot of information through visual learning. So one of the things that I did was like highlighting a certain element of the screen that I wanted my viewers to look at, and then also just editing allows you to communicate efficiently through visual communication. And then the other project that I felt really enhanced my visual communication skills was Project 3, with a presentation. So that presentation was a PowerPoint, um, but we really had to focus on adding visual elements to that PowerPoint, right? Because the material that we were presenting in that project was pretty heavy and pretty complicated. So adding some visual aids was definitely valuable to that project, So that meant choosing pictures that were relevant to the situation, maybe showing graphs for data is one of the things that I did. And then also just making sure that your presentation is visually appealing because that helps viewers focus, and it helps them keep on track for the task at hand. So yeah, visual communication was something that I really strengthened in this class, and it really showed me the value of, you want to appeal to all different types of learners. You don't, that's something you're never really going to know with the audience that you get. So you want to make sure to always kind of include visual elements if you can, because that's definitely going to improve your audience's understanding.